You already know what we do on Sundays, man. Soul Food Sundays. We just want to chime in, jump on. Yo, listen, man. You gotta be willing to take those risks. You gotta be willing to take those risks. I had a ton of conversations with people over the weekend, and they're talking about how to invest their money. First and foremost, always invest in yourself, especially if you got a hobby you love doing, and regardless if you make money or not. Two, always bet on yourself because you're not gonna let yourself down as much as other people will. And putting your money into something you don't know anything about, or hearsay of what people are saying, or a quick flip, 9 times out of 10 that doesn't work unless you're just in a good circle and you're able to get into a market with individuals that have a ton of experience, and their experiences show that they're able to yield money and provide a return on their investment, right? Like being working for somebody overtime, 80 hours a week, but you're not able to enjoy the money you have, or spend time with your family, is but so long you could do that for. Regardless of who you are and what you do, no one's superhuman. So if you're doing 80 hours every week, right, and you're doing that every week for a year, at some point that's going to take a toll. And you got to be sure, and you got to be careful of, if you work 80 hours a week, all that money you're making every week or every 2 weeks, do not live above your means, because when your body shut down, or if you can no longer work those hours when you're working for someone else, right, or if you get sick, you may not be able to support yourself or be able to pay your bills. So it's cool to work 80 hours for a short period of time every week. You get that money, then you take that money and invest. But if you're not taking that money to invest, and you're taking that money and you're just blowing it on things that don't matter or can't give you a return on your investment, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know what I mean? So those are things to think about as well. More or less, when you think about investing or furthering yourself, you got to ask yourself, what is your passion? What could you do regardless of the situation that's going to allow you to continuously do it no matter how long it takes? Because if you find something that you love doing, no matter how long it takes, you're going to be able to keep doing it over and over and over again. I think you got something. And I think you really need to tap into that, because that is something that you can do and you love and you have a passion about. Anything you have a passion about and you're able to do over and over and over, regardless of the result, at some point, you're going to see the light of day. You're going to find success. But run into a quick flip because everyone else is doing it, you got to reevaluate your situation, because a lot of times you're going to run into a space whereas you're going to be like, yo, this ain't it. Why am I doing it? I wasted all this time and all this money. And don't be scared to go on a limb and try something. And even if you're not good at it and the result is not what you want, own that. Don't always be the person looking to point the finger. You know what I'm saying? Don't look to point the finger when something goes wrong. Take accountability for it and be like, yo, you know what? I learned from that lesson and I'm going to keep moving. I know a ton of people that would rather pay someone to do something instead of learning how to do it. And even if it goes wrong, they like, I'm cool with it. I learned my lesson. Now, with some things, you got to pay other people to do, because you're in an area where, let's say if you buy cars or flip cars or anything like that, if you don't have no passion to fix cars at all, I understand paying someone else. But if you're in a situation where you buy a lot of cars, you have a mechanic, and you want to nickel and dime your mechanic, but in the same time you want your mechanic to do the best job they could do, you setting yourself up. If you're in a situation where if you flip houses, but the guys you have who fix your home, you want to nickel and dime them, and then if anything go wrong, you want to point the finger at them when it go wrong, but you're not paying them a premium dollar, and they're helping you make all this money, a lot of times that's not going to last long. So make sure if you're looking to do something and you don't want to get into it yourself, you don't want to get your hands dirty, make sure you find the best people and you pay them a premium so they're loyal to them and they're able to support their family, as well as make enough money and more than enough money to always want to come back and be loyal to you. Some people will be loyal to the bag over being loyal to them. People will leave a company based upon who they work with, right? Quicker. You got a great manager, you may stay at a job even if you don't get paid well. But if you got a bad manager or a bad person you do business with and the money is bad, you definitely going to leave them. It's no way they're going to stay with you. So keep in mind, anything you do, make sure you have a passion and you're willing to pay money. It's going to cost money to make money, and a lot of individuals don't want to deal with that notion. It costs money to make money. If you want the best person in that area, that comes with a premium. That comes with a premium in pretty much anything. And if you're able to pay somebody short, once they know their value, they're up out of there. Once somebody offers them more money for less work, they up out of there. You know, so be careful. Also, what industry are you in? If you're in an industry and you're an entrepreneur, let me know what industry you're in. Comment below and let me know some of the tools you use to find the individuals you wanted to work with to help scale your business to farther heights. Right? If you're a mortgage person, if you're a car salesman, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a content creator, if you're clothing brand, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what are some of the things you did and what learning lessons you have learned with the losses, quote unquote, that you have taken. That at this point you like, yo, I'm glad I went through those learning lessons. This is where I'm at now. You know? Make sure you check me out on Instagram, Mr. Frequent Flyer Miles, TikTok, Unconventionally Miles. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment below and give me a few tips on the things that you utilize so the audience can see to further scale their business. Right? It's each one teach one over here, man. Soulful Sunday. Don't be scared to be confident, motivated, and educated about anything. And if you have the answers, inspire others to make sure they can pay it forward to those who are looking and are upcoming into entrepreneurship as well. I'm up out of here. One.